come back and do Flying Monkey Skulls of Doom, which is one of the best names. There's nothing really going on here. It's just extra enemies. So, Flying Monkey Skulls of Doom. Gold fine. Then we get some speed going on. Man, I'll be really happy when I get a Modron core and I can save all these. They said they were thinking about saving specializations just to regular formation saves, but they haven't, you know. Wait to get it done so you go back to farming scales. I mean, that's why we usually recommend having it be like the very first thing you do on your very first run. Hey, 5 variants in Tomb. We got it. Not that we need that reward. Working towards 50 variants. I forgot to open up the thing. Ten variants in Tomb. 10 variants. What? Wait. There. Now we can track our progress. All right, we're up to 1,500 gems on our way to 10,000. On our way to 10,000. And we'll just, you know, again, we're going to just click through this because you know, it's not a reason. There's no reason we can't. They get the credits achievement on this account? I believe so. I believe we watched the credits. Hold on. What's it under? Other? Yes, view the credits. Still need old hat resetter. Just I gotta do 100 and so we've only done 131 things in the game. Adventures and or variants. Still need 119 more for this one. I need to open 289 more chests. That's neat. That's neat to know. Okay. That'll happen when it happens. What do we got on clicks, kills, and gold? We got a lot of gold fine ones. We still need E90. Okay. Okay. Is the next one. Man, I remember when these were hidden. I like that you can see them now. But it used to just show you whatever was the next one. And you had no idea how many more there were. Still on 7.5 EO5 enemies. We're getting close. Bosses, 36.99 bosses. Okay. Yeah, making progress. Making progress. Working on 800. What? Oh, area 800. Okay. Wow, so we got to 717 as our high. I forgot about that. Man, that Briv Curl combo plate with a Carlock shake. Oh man. Oh, we finally got this. In Too Deep, complete all Dragon Heist, adventures and variants. That's not how you spell Dragon Heist. It's 2 words. There's the achievement. They called it In Too Deep. I was hoping it was going to be called Water Done, but or Water Deep Down. But, all right. But yeah, apparently I got to 717 with that Briv Crawl combo platter. I'm pretty proud of that. Pretty proud of that. What are we chasing? 50 epics? Yeah, absolutely. I love 50 epics. Level gear to 250. Briv's trying. Find 10 shinies. Yeah, look, I would love to. I would love to. Almost Dinosaur Racing is 50 confirmed. Nice. Nice. Even with the 16 chests from the new characters, better open them or Electrums first. It's really up to you. 16, you're going to end up full blue with 2 epics at a minimum. If you want to just throw down and do that, you can. It's enough of them that it's not that big of a deal. But if you want to be patient, waiting until green or better is, ultimately it's gonna, end you up just a little smidge higher on the item levels. But with when you're looking at a stack of 16 golds, you have enough that it's fine. But it's still, it is early on. A few extra item levels is matters. Later on, not so much. So I like to wait. That's why here I'm annoying people, because I'm sitting here with these 2 whites, and I've got golds. I could pop and got 5 golds. It would most likely give me greens or blues here, but the problem is it could give me greens and a duplicate blue. So I'm like, I would rather. I'm going to be patient personally, but. And my Electrums, the other problem is my Electrums could give me a blue here or a blue here. Greens would only go here. What else we got? Blues, I could get 2 more blues on blues here, so they could steal some Electrums. But yeah, I really need Electrums here too on Shandy, and it just Was that with the Bee Stinger? It might have been. 717 might have been Bee Stingers Unleashed. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know, because I was having trouble getting. Well, it could have been. It was either the Briv Curl combo platter with a Carlock Shake, or it was Bee Stingers Unleashed. Fish was taken. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. 2 months. Appreciated. I'm really excited to see what happens with Penelope in a deep push now. With Briv, Krull, Carlock, and Penelope. With Penelope's gold find functionality now. Story time. Boost in gold find. It could be serious. We could see some. I could see. I'm gonna have to do another deep run in the event. I'm currently sitting at what, E13, Lathander's favor. So I do need to do another deep run in the event, and when I do, I kind of want. There's things that I would like before I do that. Like I would like some better gear on Catti-Brie, because I'd really like to have Catti-Brie in instead of Minsk for deep pushes. She's just real strong, but in that gear, she's not. She's just not. She's just not. Whites here on her, especially her crit chance. That's the one that I need a good stuff for crit chance and crit damage. But I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave anything on the table. When we do that deep push, I want to really just destroy things. Because of that, see, now I'm changing my mind about saving up for that familiar. Because of that, I really want to just buy gold chests and get the bounty contracts. And possible potions. But like, this is the best time. When you start churning through a lot of variants, you start earning lots of gems fast. It's just a really good time to like knock out the 5,000 or the 10,000 gem familiar. Magic Core hit 15, nice. Nice. Yep, still can't click through this to get to that bag. That's annoying. That's annoying. I'm gonna give up on this core chests, huh? What? Not what I wanted. There we go. Maybe. So it looks like we are getting a spike in Steam players right now, which is to be expected. Doesn't look that big. It's on the way up. It's on the way up. We'll see how big it gets. The last big promotion we had was in September, and we hit like close to 8,000 players. Biggest spike of all time, though, was September 2021. 18,500 players. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Fortunately, we did not retain them. We're in the middle of an ad break, so I'll dive into the questions in chat once we get back. Man, what am I doing for dinner tonight? Oh no. No, the ad cut me off while I was saying that. I'll hit it when I come back. Yeah, it's 2021. Mention it again. Can't click through that at all. I think we're back. Okay, so what I was saying is the biggest spike of all time was September of 2021 with like what 18, basically 18,000, 18,500. It was huge, but that was that was during a peak of the pandemic, and I think that was the official. Wasn't that the official launch? Before that, they considered themselves early access. I think it was something like that. They did a huge promotion. Getting everything under the sun but the one four-way you want. Yeah, that's the way Modron chests work. That's a system that needs improving. What are my opinions on patron chests? Good to buy them when you got most things in the store. And you're sitting on 100,000 plus patron currency. So usually what I tell people, and I mean, we're gonna figure that out on this run if I want to change my advice, but usually I tell people leave the patron chests alone. until your core and evergreen are full epic. And the reason for that is if you open a patron chest, you have cores and evergreen champions that qualify for those patrons, and that epic, if you get an epic, it could fall on one of them, and that's just going to feel bad because you could have gotten that for just green gems, right? Um, so you really want to try, like, if you're trying to be efficient, you wouldn't want to wait. If you're okay with that happening, if you're okay with just getting epics on whoever, then yeah, pop them. But it's one of those things where you want to make sure you've got the currency to buy your time gate piece in your Modron chest every week. And then like the next thing after that is working, in my opinion, to get your familiar from the patrons. Beyond that, I don't like the rest of the stuff is nice. Pick up what you think's actually going to get you progress. Like you can unlock champions that way if you don't have them. But the patron chests to me are like when you finally got your Corn Evergreens full epic and and then you're focusing hard on getting all of your event champions full epic. That's when you do the patron chest bombs, and it's good to figure out like who are you targeting first. Pop the stuff for patrons that they qualify and try to epic out certain champions, and you can really kind of adjust, who you're what patron chest you're opening for those champions. You can also target time gates for them if it's really high priority. Yeah. We're never going to full epic. Cool. Blue she's a her, but yeah, I get it. Yeah, so I mean, if you're hunting your epics, trying to full epic patron or like event champions, start with the patron chests for that they qualify for. Don't just necessarily go willy nilly, because you can kind of target and untarget like feats, add people in and out, and work stuff down. Yeah. What I did is I took like a post-it note, and I just had columns like the champions that qualified for each patron, and then started trying to zero out a column, because if I could zero out a column just normal, then I could take a feat that put somebody into that and then instantly focus gear on them. And that helped me ultimately race through some things. But you got to figure out like, which one to start on. And my goal was more just to get them all full epic. I wasn't trying to focus on anyone specifically. So yeah, there's ways you can kind of game it a little bit. There's ways you can game it a little bit. But I think the big key to remember with patrons is never spend your patron currency on potions. Ever. Unless you're like doing something and like you could complete some big major milestone variant if you just had that one potion and you know it. Sure, maybe. But no. No. Epic is purple, right? Yes. Yeah. Full epic is basically just full purple. The feats work to change whose gear is in. Well, yeah, because it's the chest. When you open a patron chest, you get gear for whoever qualifies for that patron. Now that isn't helpful with Mert. Well, it is for Gale. You can get Gale's feat that makes him neutral good, and then Gale suddenly, you put that feat in, Gale suddenly qualifies for Mert, which means Gale's gear would then drop out of Mert patron chests, right? So when you have feats that can pull someone in or out of a patron, that means you can pull them in or out of eligibility. You can shrink a pool or grow a pool. Yeah. And that means a Dungeon Master and Dark Urge, every patron drops gear for them because they qualify for every patron. I found, he was morally flexible. I don't. Here's the problem. Spoiler alert for Baldur's Gate 3, folks. If you turn away for a hot second, because it's going to be in captions too. Cover your ears, earmuffs. Um, when I did my evil run, it was on the Dark Urge, and when you lean into the urges of the Dark Urge, Gale never ends up in your party, but Gale's hand does. So I don't know how morally flexible he is because we never got there. We couldn't find out. All right, we're done. We're done with the spoilers. Eye muffs, yeah. Night Chaos, thanks for hanging out. Now earmuffs. La 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 la. Close your eyes. Tell kids when you're about to have an adult conversation, earmuffs. They hear it anyway. How do age buffs work with the Dark Urge that has an unknown age? I believe it's supposed to be that it doesn't. They just don't contribute at all, is what I thought it was supposed to be, but I've heard a rumor that they may have given him a fixed value for something. I think for Astarion, maybe. But generally, it's not supposed to work at all. Unlike Dungeon Master, whose stats are question marks, and behind the scenes, they're all 18s. And whose age is unknown, but technically it's 1001. Yeah. But yeah, something like that increases damage on characters age 50 or older. I don't think it works at all unless they changed him. Nice, Sprocket Fuel. That's funny. Shut up and get over it. Fair. Yeah, okay. That's one of those situations where why is this good person working with this evil person? Because they're in a really bad situation that only each other can help them out of. And, yeah. That's a Star Generational Wealth. Okay, they changed it. Okay. Yeah, originally it was like anything that had to do with age, he just wouldn't be a factor in. Awesome. When we finish this one, we'll have over 2,000 gems, folks. Over 2,000 gems. That's doing pretty good. We could have 2,500 if I hadn't bought that one chest, but look, it was on its pity timer. I didn't know that when I bought it, but I'm gonna pretend like I did. Yeah, you want to be a mind flayer? No, then mind the cookpot of camp and hang out until I need a fireball. Exactly. Yeah, I'm still slightly upset that on my first playthrough, everyone in the game hit on Garwar except for Karlach, and Karlach was the only one I wanted to romance, and I was like, ugh. Why? I'm still upset. I mean, Sprocket Fuel. If you still have like Shandy here, but not for Shandy, but if you have like a core champion that has whites or even empties, then you still want to spend your gems on silver chests and open them. You're trying to get to green or better gear on like Brunor and Celeste and etc. Those cores, the starter 12. It's called the core champion, and it'll also do it for evergreens like Dritz and Hitch, right? But once you're at green or better, you want to be buying gold chests. So save up to 500, buy those gold chests. because then you'll be able to work on getting to full blue. And blue is a big milestone. She obviously didn't trust you. I understand. Wow. Oh, never gonna live this down. Yeah, Gail was over the top for it. Oh my god. Like, hey, let's go sit down and chat. I'm like, cool. Yeah, let's have a conversation. Next thing I know, he's like, I want you. I'm like, dude, we haven't even hung out. Like, this is the first time we've sat down and had a conversation. Get off my lap. Like, what's going on? Yeah. And I didn't understand like that. Like, you could just be trying to be nice and not like be all up in Carlax's business. And if you were just trying to be respectful, she would just boom, she'd soldier zone you. And no looking back, and there was no way to fix it. And I was like, what? So upset. Yeah, Lae'zel's just like, oh, you're covered in blood. It's on. Like, that's the way it felt. Because, yeah, Garor was always up and everybody's just hacking in shop. And I was like, the scent of blood arouses me. That was Lae'zel, like, every 30 seconds. Man, I really am tempted to spend those gems. Why is it so tempting? Because I know there's potions in them there chests. It's not like I'd get like a lot of blacksmithing contracts. I might get some bounties. I might get enough bounty. Well, not from 3 chests to get enough to another chest pack. But yeah, it's hard. It's difficult. Difficult to fight the urge. I'm resisting the urge. Yeah, the real urge you got to resist sometimes is spending your gems. And honestly, most of the time, I'm just like spending when you get them, and it's fine. And it is, and it is. But we'll see if I can hold off. Like I said, we're knocking out a lot of variants quickly, and that's a good time to be like, yeah, okay, we've got some speed, we've got tons of favors, so we can insta click kill through things. Now is a really good time to be like, okay, I can knock all this stuff out and earn a lot of gems and buy a familiar, and then go back to buying chests. And we're already full blue or better on all of the core and evergreens, so we're just on that long term epic hunt, full epic hunt. So I don't feel bad. Like, yeah, it's putting me what 2 epics behind at the worst luck. Um, been overthinking dirty gold farming. It's just running your wall and hot swapping all your gold find champs while riding a Bud Fire Breath wave. Yeah, that's it. It's just some grabbing some quick gold. It's just dirty gold farming. Yeah. Who am I saving my pigments for? Anyone that can use them. Epics on major champions. Like I've got 2 froggies here on Briv If I had an epic on Krull, Krull would have a Froggy. If I had an epic on Caddy Breed get a Froggy. If I had an epic on Carlock could get a Froggy. I guess I have a couple epics on Penelope. We'll see. We'll see. Penelope might get a couple Froggies. I've got 6, so. What? Might happen. I don't have nerds, so it doesn't matter. I don't have nerds. And I probably will never get nerds on this account. Gale has a couple epics. I mean, I don't know that now that because I have Gale, I don't know that I'll necessarily prioritize getting Orkira in slot 1. That might be a big deal. Gale might be a big deal. I'm not going to put him on cores. Core champions or evergreens is really the thing. I basically want to put him on who I think is going to be kind of best in slot for helping me push. Like in a deep pushing formation. So Penelope is a potential, and Gale is a potential. There's potentially 4. We'll see how these Caddy Bree chests turn out. I wouldn't do Shandy because I'd want Krull. I would prioritize Krull over Shandy for deep pushes. Nice. There goes Gale if I put him in right now. I mean, he'd be fine. I don't need him for this. We're just click killing things. I mean, he's going to have a solid. He's going to have a solid buff because we have an epic Archmage's Insight, so he's going to have a solid buff. We do have a blue Nethery's Orb, and that's the debuff, so he's DC. You know, he's solid here. He's got a good damage of all champions. I would like that one to be epic. I don't need this one at all because we're not anywhere near getting Elminster stuff, which means I'll probably get that in epic. Yeah. So, I mean, so far his epics have landed well. His epics have landed well. Penelope's could have been better. We would like, this is great, but I would have rather it been here. Like, I would have rather this one had been right here. Because this is her mop item. So, not that it means a whole lot right now, but I mean that would have been a bigger boost. So we'll take bigger multiplicative stacks. Gale's a great swap for Bruenor, yeah. Because there's so many times when I'm trying to build a new player formation and Bruenor is just super restrictive with a formation layout, and Gale fixes that. Unfortunately, it's only going to be people that play in this event that'll have that great swap, but yeah. They're trick about spending favor on blessings during a deep push. I don't do it during a push. So I don't know. I don't think you should ever spend during a push. Right after a deep push. Not during one.